Viewers, 8 lives have been lost in Lakhimpur. We all know this on Sunday. 4 days after that event, there have been just 2 arrests, and that arrest has just taken place. And viewers, it has perhaps only taken place because the Supreme Court last night at around this time announced that it was going to take Suo Moto Cognisance of the entire issue and file a case. There was a hearing this morning, viewers, at around 11:30, and the Supreme Court asked what is the status of the probe, who's been charged and for what, how many arrests have been made. Of course, till that time, viewers, no arrests had been made. The Supreme Court has set till tomorrow for the Yogi government to come back to it and explain or give answers to these 3 questions. And I want to bring in Mr. Nalin Kohli as we see this breaking news. Mr. Kohli, has the Supreme Court been forced to step in because it wasn't confident that the UP government was going to conduct a probe that would get to the truth? And why are we not seeing still the arrest of the prime accused in this particular case, charged for 302? In which country would a murder accused not even be arrested for 4 days, especially an influential one like the minister's son, sir, who could influence the probe, intimidate witnesses? Mr. Kohli.
So, Rahul, there are 2-3 points. The first is that it's not a suo moto petition. It was reported in the media initially as being a suo moto petition, but actually, as it became clear today, earlier in the day, the Honorable Chief Justice pointed out that it was a letter written by some lawyers asking for a time-bound investigation and closure to this issue, and that was to be listed. It got listed as a suo moto, and that's why it's being listed tomorrow, because it is obviously in the nature of a petition. The second is with regard to the arrest. Of course, I have also seen it on your channel only. So, I mean, that's the latest news that you're putting out. Your third part is with regard to the minister's son, that it's 4 days and why has he not been arrested. As a lawyer, I would like to say this responsibly and not about A, B or C, whoever may be an accused in a charge sheet. The investigation has only just begun, and whoever has to be arrested will be arrested, because the Chief Minister has said that clearly. And anybody and everybody says that, including our party, and it has to be that way, that the guilty have to be punished. But let's also bear in mind that over the last 4 days, different accounts have been coming. The first video that came out, and we saw it all through the media, was of a jeep in a khud and a person being beaten to death. The second video came of showing that the jeep and some SUV, etc., was racing through, and it killed some farmers and others, trampled over them, drove over them. Another video then came out of a car parked where somebody was dead. So the police is trying to get the versions, because the one other aspect which again reported in the media is, and which is the plea that's been taken, that if the minister's son was in the jeep in which the driver was killed and the other person only was the only person who escaped, then he would have been killed too. But what is his role? He's been called for questioning tomorrow morning, and if the police wants to arrest him because they feel his answers are not satisfactory, that right exists. It's a first information report, and the investigation has already started.
Okay,
so
Dr.
it is not
Raman,
about protecting anybody.
Yeah,
it is to see that whoever is guilty will be punished.
Dr. Raman, respond.
Mr. Kohli, don't you think it is unusual that a person who is charged with murder, who in the FIR, and who is in sort of public view as it now appears, is allowed time for 4 days to go about potentially destroying evidence?
Okay, respond.
I mean, how is this even logical?
Okay, respond. Mr. Kohli, respond, please. Yes.
No, first, Mr. Raman, it is not unusual for one reason, and I can say that by that logic, anyone who's named in anything, murder, rape, anything, should be arrested instantly. And that would become an arrest charge, because then it has to be put flatly on this. There are Supreme Court guidelines also in terms of exercising the right to arrest. The second part is with regard to the minister's son and the accusation that you are making that he may be destroying evidence. A lot of that evidence is going to be quite video driven. Because eventually all the things that are coming out
video
and how
driven,
the
so it's not going to be destroyed.
Of course, there will be.
There could be witnesses who could be intimidated or made to disappear.
So.
1 minute, Shahzad Poonawalla, very quickly.
Nobody is going to shield anyone because people have died. People have died.
Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute. Let's
also among them. Everyone who's guilty has to be punished.
Okay, everyone. For 1 second. Doctor, 1 second. 1 second, please. Let's not speak over each other. We'll run out of time. Shahzad Poonawalla, very quickly make your point and I'll come out to you, doctor. Wait. Yes, Shahzad Poonawalla, go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, Mr. Raman is wrong. Mr. Mishra has not been charged. He has been named in an FIR, the contents of which have been reproduced by the UP police as has been given by the complainant. So there's no charging of anybody as of now. It's a first information report, not even a final information report. Point number 2, in the last 4 days, how many videos of showing that Mr. Mishra was actually present at that spot, firing bullets from the gun that they were talking about, although the postmortem shown there's no firing of any bullet, nobody died out of a bullet wound. How many of those videos and perspectives have been put out in an uncontroverted manner by the side claiming that all these events took place? So I think rather than making this about justice, some people are making it out of a political arrest, and perhaps they're driven more out of politics than actually getting justice for all 8 victims, which includes people on the other side whose videos uncontrovertibly show who they were killed by and in what circumstances.
Okay, we're running out of time. 30 seconds. Dr. Raman.
Last quick point. Look, it is clear as crystal that an FIR names a person as being accused of murder. The police know where this person is, and now you're playing out a video of him at a wrestling match or whatever. So clearly the police, if it's in public, 1 second, sir, one second.
Well,
if it is known where he is, don't you think that he should at least be called for questioning?
Well, he has been summoned.
No. Tomorrow.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Now we can quibble over whether he should have been called earlier or not. I certainly believe that he should have been immediately called within 24 hours of the registration of the FIR, because it would have been an opportunity for the police to ask him questions and eke out inconsistencies if there were any. Viewers, tomorrow the Supreme Court will be able to assess the answers for itself and determine whether they're convinced or not. It's going to be a critical day tomorrow in the Lakhimpur probe investigation. We leave it at that, viewers. Lots more coming up right after this break. Don't go away. I'm still here with the news.